Imagine a job where you can earn more than $1 million a year just by looking after a lighthouse. Sounds simple, right? This is no ordinary job, though. It's a role that promises freedom, peace, and no boss to watch over you. You can sleep when you want, wake up to a beautiful view, and even enjoy fishing during your free time. Your main task? Keep the lighthouse lights shining bright. That's it. For $1.2 million a year, you make sure the light never goes out. But there's a catch. This job comes with risks that are as big as the paycheck. It's not just about the light, it's about bravery and facing dangers that few others would dare. So do you think you have what it takes to take on this high-paying yet challenging job? Let's find out. Picture this, a job where the sea is your neighbor and the sky your roof. You're offered a whopping $1.2 million each year to live in a lighthouse, away from the hustle of the city. This job isn't just about earning money, it's about living a peaceful life. Your days are your own, to fish, to gaze at the horizon, or to simply enjoy the calm. The main task? Make sure the light on top of your lighthouse stays on all night. It helps ships find their way in the dark, and for this, the reward is grand. But it's not a job for everyone. It's for those who find peace in solitude, who don't mind the company of their own thoughts. It's for the ones who respect the power of nature and can stand firm against its might. This job is more than just keeping a light on. It's about being the unseen guardian of the seas. It's a simple task, yet it holds the weight of safety for countless sailors. So, if you're someone who's drawn to a life less ordinary, this could be your calling. But be warned, it's a role that comes with its own set of challenges. Now, let's talk about why this job is not as easy as it sounds. There's a lighthouse located on the Brittany coast of France called Zoumont, which is in the middle of the ocean. It's all alone out there. You might think being alone is peaceful, but it can also be scary. You won't have anyone to talk to. The quiet can be too much. And then there are the storms. This place has some of the worst storms you can imagine. The waves get so high they can almost touch the sky. They crash against the lighthouse with such power that it shakes. During a storm, the water can cover the whole lighthouse. That's when it gets dangerous. There was a time when a person who worked there needed to be saved. The waves were all around him and he could have been lost in the sea. This job is not just about being brave enough to be alone, it's about being brave enough to face these giant waves and the storms that bring them. It's a job that pays well because it asks a lot from you. It asks you to be safe when everything around you is wild and scary. That's the truth about guarding the Zoumont Lighthouse. Long ago, before there were cars or roads, the best way to travel far was by water. But it was not easy. The sea is a big place with many hidden dangers. This is where lighthouses come in. They started a very long time ago because of a sailor named Captain Marcius. He was famous for sailing through dangerous waters. One dark night, his wooden ship hit some big rocks and got damaged. This made Captain Marcius think. He wanted a way to warn sailors like him about the dangers in the water. That's how the idea of lighthouses began. They were built to send out light so sailors could see where they were going and stay safe from the rocks that could break their ships. They were like friends waiting on the shore, telling ships, "This way is safe." With lighthouses, sailors could travel at night and not be afraid. They knew the light would always be there to guide them. Imagine trying to find your way across a huge ocean with no map or compass. That's what sailors had to do a long time ago. The Pacific Ocean is so big that all the land in the world put together would still be smaller. Sailors had to use the sun and stars to know where they were going. But what if clouds hid the stars? This happened to another ancient sailor named Captain Alice. They got lost at sea during a storm. With no food or water, many did not survive. The ocean water was too salty to drink. After a long time, they finally found land. These hard times made people realize how important it was to have lighthouses. They needed a bright light to guide them and keep them from getting lost or running into danger. That's why lighthouses became so important for sailors everywhere. The very first lighthouse was built in a place called Alexandria in Egypt. This was a long time ago when Egypt was ruled by a king named Ptolemy II. His city was famous for trading with ships coming from far away, but there was a big problem. Near the city, there were many sharp rocks in the water. At night, ships couldn't see them and would crash. So, the king asked an expert and brilliant architect, Sostratus of Cnidus, to make something that could help. Sostratus had a great idea. He decided to build a tall tower with a light on top. This light would shine so brightly that sailors could see it from far away. They would know where the rocks were and could keep their ships safe. This tower was not just any tower, it was the Pharos of Alexandria, one of the most amazing buildings back then. The Pharos of Alexandria was not just any lighthouse, it was a giant tower made of white stone, standing taller than most buildings of its time. On top, there was a fire that never went out. This fire could be seen from very far away, helping ships to stay safe at night. The man who built it, Sostratus, did something clever. He used special mirrors to make the light even stronger. This way, the light reached farther into the sea. Sailors could see the light from miles away and avoid the dangerous rocks. The Pharos was so special that people called it one of the 7 wonders of the world. It was a big help to sailors and showed how important lighthouses were. Over time, lighthouses got even better. Instead of just fire, they started using candles, then gas lamps, and finally, electric lights. These new lights were much brighter. There was also a smart man named Fresnel who made a new kind of lens. This lens took all the light and pointed it in one direction, making it even easier for ships to see. Today, all lighthouses use this kind of lens. It's because of these changes that lighthouses can send out light over the ocean for many, many miles, guiding ships safely to where they need to go. So we've learned about the high-paying job of guarding a lighthouse and the brave souls who take it on. It's a job that pays well, but asks for courage in return. If you're someone who loves adventure and doesn't mind being alone, maybe this is the job for you. But remember, it's not just about the money, it's about facing the sea and its storms. Thanks for watching. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Knowledge Matrix and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.